Well, should we start? Um, I'm Jamie Shue, and I'd like to tell everyone why I'm here on YouTube and what I'm hoping to accomplish by starting this YouTube channel. Um, uh, it's really weird talking to camera, but um, I'm 49, married, two daughters, teenage daughters. My wife and I have been together. Our first date was almost 30 years ago, and we've had a really, really good life together. We've been very, I guess, fortunate or blessed with everything in our lives, honestly. Obviously, there's been some struggles, but nothing, nothing major uh, that we haven't been able to work through. And anyway, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for a couple years now, and I've been filming things, trying to put things together. Been really hard to try and talk to a camera, but I've just never really followed through. So I have a lot of footage of things. Our family's been fortunate enough to have a lot of fun things that we've done, and some interesting things that we'd like to show an audience that might not have the capabilities to do those type of things. So I'm hoping that we can provide that for those people. Um, One of the main reasons I'm finally, I guess, pulling the trigger to do the YouTube is I'd like to create some accountability for myself as far as making something productive and something that's a creative outlet and doing it regularly. For the past 20 years, I've owned my own business, and I went from creating a lot of things to growing the business to more operating the business and not being able to have quite as much of a creative outlet as I'd like to have. So I'm hoping that this will kind of fill that void that I've been feeling, because the last couple years it seemed like I've felt depressed and overwhelmed and just not super motivated. So I've been trying to go to a doctor and make sure everything is regular health wise, and it is, and that's great. Um, and just try and figure out why I've been feeling that way. Life. I'm just sure I'm like a lot of people out there. You have kids and a busy life, and it just sometimes it's overwhelming. But one big change that I am making is, my whole life I have been around alcohol, parties with friends, socializing. It seems like everywhere you go, it's, let's have a beer, let's have a drink. I found myself lately having too much of it. And, was I to a point where it was a serious problem? I guess that depends who you ask. To a non-drinker, yes. To people that drink, occasionally, to most of the time, maybe not. If I compare myself to, some people that I hang around, no, it wasn't a problem. But in my head, it was too much for me. And that's not okay. So I realized that I shouldn't be comparing myself to other people if I'm not happy, even if my drinking was what some people might think is normal. I didn't feel good afterwards. I'd be hungover the next day. I'd, not get much accomplished because I felt like crap the next day. You know, Probably didn't treat people the way I should have. So anyway, I'm starting sobriety, and that would be on September 1st, 2024 was my first day of complete sobriety. So I'd like this, this channel is not going to be a sobriety channel, so don't tune out if that's what you think this is going to be. It's not going to be that, but that's going to be part of my journey, and I am going to share how my life changes without alcohol in it, so that maybe somebody will see it and if they're thinking the same way I was, where they're just not happy with themselves, and maybe they'll just see a real world experience. So I'd like to share at least my first year of sobriety with everybody. And if people like seeing some of that or hearing about some of it, great. September 1st, first day. It's only September 8th today, so it's been 1 week. I have no doubt that I can do it. So I'm going to stick with it. And I know that I won't let people down when I tell them I'm not going to, drink again. I won't let people down. I'll let myself down. I've told myself hundreds of times, oh, this will be the last time, oh, after this Super Bowl party, I'm going to stop drinking. Oh, after this birthday party, I'm going to stop drinking. Oh, after my friends that come to town, I'm going to stop drinking. And then it never happens. So, and it's because I would only tell myself that. I don't know if other people do that in their heads. And then it's easy to let yourself down, but it's not easy to let other people down, at least for me. Anyway, enough about that. We're gonna do good this year. We're gonna accomplish a bunch of stuff. So here's what else the channel is gonna be about. Our family has our main, regular, I guess you'd call it regular life in Washington. Our main jobs, things like that. And then we also have a remote cabin in Alaska. So that's where the name Life is Whack, Life is Whack, kind of a play on words. Whack is WA, Washington, AK for Alaska. Anyway, so we want to share our experience with our, off-grid life with everybody out there, because it's pretty cool. The place that we have is on a remote lake in Alaska. To get there, you have to, travel down dirt roads. You have to get in on ATV. When you get there, you're on the wrong side of the lake, so you have to take a barge or a dock across to get to the cabin. So it's a journey every time we go, and it's a fun journey. It's not a journey that 95% of the people out there would probably want to do, but we do, because we know that to get to cool places, it's not easy. Anyway, a little backstory. My wife, she grew up in Alaska, I think from maybe 4th or 5th grade through junior year in high school. So her best friend growing up lives there. And we've always kept in touch with them, go on vacation with them, things like that. And that's what we've always wanted to find a place up there for when we retire. We can spend some time up there. Fortunately enough, we found this place before we were retired, and we're able to make it happen. What else? I own a mobile electronics company, car stereos, boat stereos, things like that, radar detectors. Install those. I've done that my whole life. We get to work on some very, very cool cars and trucks and boats, and I might throw some of that in there, but more than likely I won't put much of that on this channel. I do have another channel for my business that I'm starting, so I might kind of keep that separate. But if you're into that type of stuff, that might be there. What else? Our family loves the outdoors. We love snow machining. We love skiing, snowboarding. We love being on the water. We love going camping. Just outdoors, ATVs. We just like to be active and out in nature as see. I am pretty handy, so there's probably going to be some videos about how to build things or wire things. I'm good with 12-volt stuff, solar and inverters and things like that. So if you're into that type of stuff, RV type stuff, ATVs, we'll have some cool stuff to show you, I think. So I don't want the channel to just be like pigeonholed into, oh, this is our homesteading, or this is our off-grid channel, or this is our, RVing channel, or this is our ATV channel. This is going to be all that stuff, and you never know what we're gonna, put out for content. So I think that'll be kind of fun. I love watching home building stuff, or homesteaders and off-grid living, stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't want to watch somebody build a house for 2 years on YouTube. I love watching the process, but let's put in a little bit of variety. Let's make it a little bit different. So as far as making it different, I've always with my business, I've modeled my business differently, and I'd like to do the same thing with YouTube. I don't want to be the same as everybody else out there. I want there to be stuff that's different about it, that makes it a little bit unique. But also the main thing I want it to be is, I want it to be like true, not fake, not like, I don't want to post a bait and switch, title or something, this is the end or something, and then it's something, something dumb. And I don't like that type of advertisement. Like, I don't want to bait anybody into something. I think another thing I might do is, at the beginning of every video, I might show 15 to 30 seconds of the coolest part of the video. And then if you want to stick around for the whole video, sweet. But if you don't, you can say, oh, that was cool, and then move on. People's time is worth something, and I want to make something of value and not waste your time. Speaking of wasting time, I'm talking forever. If I get, what do they call them, endorsements or whatever, like the advertisements, I'd like to just do those right at the start of the video. Like, I hate getting halfway through a video and then it's like, oh, hey, here, go buy this, blah, blah, blah. And my link's in the description. I'd rather just say, hey, get it done first. Here's the coolest part of the video. Here's the advertisement. If you don't want to stick around for it, that's fine. You watch the coolest part of the video. Now you can either leave, watch this advertisement, and watch the rest of the video and move on. Whatever. So I want it to just be horrible with words, man. So bad with words. I just want people to be there because they want to be there. Not waiting for something that I can't. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing is I'm starting. I've set up a Buy Me a Coffee account, and I might do the Patreon also. Some people think that's lame. Whatever. I'm not asking anybody for anything for free. Like, I feel like if you give somebody, something of value in their life, then it's worth something. Like, if I provide entertainment and you think it's worth, an extra couple bucks to kick in because it made you laugh or smile or cry or feel good or change your life or taught you how to do something, then that'd be sweet. What else? Anyway, the Patreon and the Buy Me a Coffee, got to do Buy Me a Coffee because there's no buy Me a Beer anymore because that's done. I'm going to take half of those two things. If anybody gives, donations or whatever it's called, to that, I'm going to take half of whatever I get after Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon takes their cut. Half of what I get from those two things is going to go to a charity. I can't, promise what charity, but it's going to a charity. And at the end of every month, I'm going to take a check to a charity and make either short or a whole video about getting that, charity money. Because I want it to be like, I want the channel to be for something. I don't just want it to be for money for me. I want there to be entertainment for people. I want there to be a purpose. I want to help people in any way possible. So hopefully it grows to be huge. Maybe not. If it does, we're gonna do a lot of good stuff. We're gonna help a lot of people. So I hope you'll stick around. Like I said, I'm gonna, I'll have little counters on the, each video. Like maybe I'll have counters of, how many days I've been sober. How much money we've raised. I don't know, to date. When the video was posted for charities. What else? I don't know. I've been rambling. So I hope you want to stick around. Again, I'm Jamie Shue. This is Life is Whack, and let's do something cool together. Thanks.